No.
Bad boy goes in the bad boy corner. Hey there. You the one who put that request up? Oh yes, then you must be... I believe your request was about some trouble you've had on the orbital net. I'm hardly an expert, but I do have some knowledge of the subject. Would you mind explaining the situation? Yes, well in short, I fell for a scam on the orbital net. Oh, shocker.
Oh, no.
You fucking... You Levi-ass looking motherfucker. What? I didn't realize we were streaming Attack on Titan. One of those net scams, huh? Been a lot of that going around. How would you know? You don't have a computer, man. Phishing is the technical term. Bad faith actors disguise themselves as legitimate sources to fool end users. With how quickly the orbital net is growing, these threats are one step ahead of common knowledge and security measures. So it falls to the users themselves to stay safe on the net, and many just don't have the awareness yet. It's still a very new thing. At any rate, I wanted to get some advice from someone more knowledgeable about these things. Will you accept my request? Your gray area time.
The grayest.
No, it's greatest.
Oh.
It's me. Sure, we'll take care of it. Care to fill us in? Of course, let's go somewhere we can talk. May I ask, have you brought this matter to the police? They may be able to retrieve your stolen assets. Oh no, it's just, I'm a thief. I do the bad stuff. Well, you got your reasons, sounds like. No worries. Yes, I ask for your utmost secrecy regarding what I'm about to tell you. I rob people. I fish myself. Don't you worry, we take our clients' privacy very seriously here at Arkride Solutions. Well, you see, now, oh, this is just so pathetic, I can't even spit it out. Man, stop beating around the bush. I won't know how to help if I don't know what the problem is. Bah, screw it. So, I used my work terminal to look up swimsuit models. You've done stuff like that.
Not on my work computer.
You've opened up my lewds on your computer.
Definitely not.
Like, the hot ones. Oh, goddess almighty, just kill me. Oh, the hot ones. Not just any swimsuit models. The hot ones. No. I think I understand where this is going, but please, there's no need to shout. Yeah, I'm so sorry. His name is Oslo.
Yeah.
And he was looking up the hot ones on his work computer.
Yeah, what about it?
I guess it doesn't get, I guess it can't go much lower. I guess that's as low as it gets. Hey, you love it. So a few days later, I got this message from the website. They said they had my browsing history and that I had to pay to keep it private. I didn't see anything on that site implying I needed to pay, so I just sent the mirror immediately. I couldn't bear to risk having my reputation tarnished. Tarnished. If you were looking up the hot swimsuit models, you must be maidenless.
No.
How dare you call me maidenless? And then we had to go to the consecrated snowfield to get you into Moog's dynasty. Because you killed Vare.
Yep.
For something he had nothing to do with.
Yep.
I thought that would be the end of it, but then another few days passed and they messaged me again. They said they wanted even more Mira this time, or they'd leak my browsing history and all my private information too. I see. That's awful. As the consultant, my reputation is paramount. I need to maintain a clean and professional image. Then don't do that.
Then don't do that.
I can't have my browsing history floating around on the net, much less my private info. I'd be done for. And that's why you couldn't bring this to the police or the guild. Yes, my entire career in jeopardy because of one stupid mistake. Pathetic. That's the thing with those scams. You gotta just ignore them. How? So it's like one or two people doing these, usually, and these guys, they're so full of shit. But they figure some of their victims don't. And these guys know they're full of shit, but they figure some of their victims don't. They just blast these requests out to anybody they can find, hoping that somebody falls for it. Once they get a bite, they zero in hard on anybody who replies and ignore everyone else. That's how these things work. Oh, then can I just ignore it going forward? Nah, it ain't that easy now that you took the bait. You already gave him some mirror already, and that let him know you fell for it. They know you're willing to pay to keep that info secret, that you care about your rep. You're exactly the kind of guy they want. Now that they know that, they're gonna milk you for all you're worth. They're gonna hound you. You cut them off, and they might actually leak your shit. Oh no, my shit. You're surprisingly knowledgeable about these kinds of scams. I used to pull some back in the day. I didn't think I got my truck. Yeah, I dealt with a case like this before. It was mine. Right. Anyway, those are my two, Mira. You keep giving them money or you can ignore them. It's your call. Okay, so I think that just confirmed that Mira is pennies. So 1,000 Mira is just $10.
Oh.
I can't do that, obviously. I suppose I'll just have to give in to their demands. And they're not just going to stop. You're going to keep sending them more and more money? Ideally, we would just apprehend the criminals here. Can we really do that? I mean, can you really track down a criminal hiding on the Orwell network? I can't, but Ren can. Well, it would depend on how well they hide their identity, but it probably wouldn't be impossible. Really? Then please get them for me. Are you okay with that, Van? Go nuts, you're the expert here. If we can track them down, then let's go for it. Roger. Alright, may I borrow the terminal they contacted you on? Here it is. I use this terminal for work. Damn. Pretty cushy job if they're handing out gadgets like this, but, yeah, that was a bit easy. Is something the matter? Think about what you just did for a second. Your mobile terminal is like a collection of all your personal data, and you just handed it to me, a stranger, without a moment's hesitation. You're very lax with your data, and that can get you into trouble, especially since this doubles as your work terminal. Well, that's a good point. Now, obviously, I have no intention of stealing your data, but it helps to be more cautious on the net. It's best to store your personal info separately from your work terminal, along with anything else you don't want other people to see. That does make sense. If I may go ahead and do that real quick. I have this note terminal that I also use for work. That should do. Oh my god, we literally just said stop using your work shit for this. I could just leave this quest unresolved. Fucking loser. There, that should be good. I leave the rest to you. Okay, you've still got your history on here. Good. Now, if I just do a reverse search on the sender of this message, have you found anything? Yep, I can see it all. Unlike those swimsuit models. The hot ones. Let's hear it. It looks like the criminal was using a mobile terminal themselves to contact you. I doubt it's a brand machine. It's most likely a cheap knockoff. These operations don't tend to be very sophisticated. And sure enough, they made absolutely no attempt to mask their identity. I can trace them right now. Are you able to find out where they are? I believe so. It might help if I explain how these network signals work. Don't care, let's go. Mobile terminals transmit their own broadcast signals, but being so small, they're limited in their scope and strength. As a result, they have to pass through a server, which amplifies and distributes their information across longer distances. If two terminals are close enough, however, it's more efficient to communicate directly with each other than to use the server as a middleman. I see. So the terminals switch signals based on distance? Yes, there are two different signals terminals will use, and they switch between the two on the fly for convenience. And because I can see this transmission came from a server, I know that the scammer was some distance away. This server gives us a general idea of where the scammer was at the time, but of course, there's no guarantee they're still here. That's where we are at this point. So we have a range, but no specifics. Not enough to sniff the guy out. But you sound like you've got something else up your sleeve. I might. Just going off his search history, that's as close as I can get. But of course, we can always just contact the scammer again. And if we get a direct link to the scammer's terminal, we'll know they're close by. So we call them back and figure out their signals, where their signal is coming from? Yes, just they would need to be in a direct signal range in order for us to pinpoint them. I can see that the previous message came from the Riverside server. Let's head there first. The subway station should do as a starting point. What?
I'm looking at the disc.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to. I think it'd be better off to roll each die separately, because when you land on a tile, it levels it up and you get rewards based on that.
Mm-hmm.
Not when you pass by. So rolling several die at once could make you bypass some extra free rewards. Maybe. I'm not sure how that works. We'll use that note terminal you've got there. Once we find the guy, you're going to want to haul ass over there. Of course. Thank you so much.
Time to start working.
Hey, dear. It's time to start working.
I already worked. I'm free for today.
I'm working.
You are working.
I'm working hard. Bringing entertainment to all the good little girls and boys. People. And dogs. Some dogs might watch me.
Some dogs might watch.
Ready? Ben? Yes, ready whenever you are. Alright, send it now. All we have to do now is wait. Actually, what did you write in the message? I got your money. Made a point of being real vague with them. But I basically said that I didn't have all the money and asked if they'd settle for a bit less. So you made it look like you're at least willing to pay. That would compel them to reply, at least. Well, it wouldn't be good for our plan if they didn't. Heh, nothing to worry about, it looks like. I've got a response on my end, too. Looking at the orbital wave pattern, it's definitely a direct connection. Let me read. The reply is, no, won't budge on the price, not even a single mira. Quite avaricious they are. Okay, analysis complete. Did you locate the transmitter? I've got an address. It's northwest from our current location. No exact distance, though. No, but we got a line, and a whole lot of places along that line where the source is. If we get to trace another line, being from a different direction, then the lines will intersect, pinpointing the exact location of our criminal. Exactly. We try to aim for as perpendicular a point as we possibly can. Let's send our next transition from across the river.
So I think it counted because I did the roll like multiple die, and so I got level up here, level up here, I landed here, and then...
Oh, okay.
So it does keep...
Okay, so maybe it just goes boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
So maybe it moves one for each die, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, let's send that shit from across the river. Okay, this looks good. I'll shoot another message then. Wrote, I got all the money ready. Where should I send it to this time? And sent. Well, aren't you quick? They replied quite quickly both times. They must be quite eager to get the money. Analysis complete. I pinpointed their location. It's southwest from here, under the bridge across the river. All right then, come on, y'all. Let's close the book on this one.
Yeah.
The book is about to be closed.
The book.
I wish I could roll around through town.
Yeah.
It'd make me go a little faster. Hey, you loser. So, is that our criminal? Most likely, yes. Only one way to find out. Just a little more. Oh, did they do it? Let's see. I changed my mind. I reported this to the police. They're on to you and should be beating down your door at any second. What? No, calm down. There's no way they can find me. Gonna book it, though, just to be safe. Nope, sorry. Might have worked if we didn't know exactly where you were already. You can thank my assistant here for that. Pretty talented, eh? Your security can't measure up to the one at the Institute of Science. Not even close. Wait, who are you? Don't tell me he really did sick the cops on me. We're not the police, nor are we bracers. Van here is a Spriggan, and he's gonna sprig all over you. He said it's Spriggan time, and he proceeded to sprig all over the place.
Yeah.
If you would, please surrender. We should watch Marvel's Morbius.
Marvel's Morbius.
Marvel's Morbius.
Marvel's Morbius.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the crappy Keanu Reeves movie where the meme comes. He said, it's Morbin time, then he proceeded to Morbius all over the place. After realizing there was no way to escape, the criminal gave up on resisting. After Oslo arrived, the group began questioning the criminal. You ain't even the big boss there, but some part-timer? That's right. After I sent the boss the full amount, all I got was a tiny paycheck. Even that already ran out. I promise that this is my first time doing this. Just because the crime was only committed one time doesn't mean that you're not to blame. Lady's right, kid. That's just a lame excuse. I'm sorry. How much do you know about the organization you were working for? Nothing, I promise. I just got the orders on my phone. So he was just a disposable pawn in this game. Well, our guy here was clearly the one blackmailing you, but he was just the lowest rung on that ladder. Sorry to say, but it doesn't look like you'll be getting your money back. It's alright. I'd already given up on that. My biggest concern is what comes after. Yeah, that's the ticket. We caught the blackmailer himself, but the blackmail material is probably still in the hands of whoever hired this kid. We didn't get to the root of this problem, so we can't guarantee they ain't gonna keep coming back for you. But this move sure ain't gonna get us to the big boss either. Not sure there's much more we can do at this point. Oh no, what should I do then? Well, what's the best move here? Make it so it never happened. Can we always pretend none of it ever happened? How can we do that? You never looked at any weird sights and never had any problem. We can make that the case. Can you really do that? Well, it's up to my assistant here. How about it? Think you can manage? I'm not too happy about it, but if the only people this will affect are criminals, then I suppose I can let it slide. I'll need Rosette's assistance, of course, but it should be doable. I knew I could count on you. Please, that would be great. Very well then, shall we? Of course, thank you for the help. What?
I fixed a bridge.
Oh shit, what's on the other side of the bridge?
I don't know, I'm going.
Did I break your screen even more?
No, this has already been lent away. And I just need to get a new tempered glass on top of it.
I hope that's the case, because that doesn't look like a tempered glass fracture at the bottom.
That's what it is. Do you want me to?
I don't know.
I'll lift it up.
No, don't.
Alright.
Like I'm rubbing it, and that does not feel like a tempered glass fracture.
That's what it is.
By making use of Marduk servers, Katra and Rosette together erased Oslo's former account. After thoroughly erasing all traces of it, the two of them then issued Oslo a new account, using a backup to preserve the account data. And that should solve matters. We can't just erase the data the criminals have on your actions, of course. But by doing this, they shouldn't be able to link it back to you anymore. Fortunately, the only person you made explicit contact with was this blackmailer. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, better be grateful. They did a superb job there. What?
It's babies.
What do you
It's
mean?
Monster Ridge. Oh no, they caught me, but it's babies.
Oh, they got you, though.
They got me. That's...
Now, as for you, eek! Seems like this really is your first time, so we're going to sweep your little fun bit of blackmailing under the rug. Assuming you quit your job, that is. Let me say, kid, that you better jump ship now if you're not willing to commit to the criminal lifestyle. If you keep laying with criminals, you'll eventually reach a point where there's no going back. Either pull out now or you'll get pulled right in. You looking to lose yourself forever in the pitch black depths of the underworld? Hey, if you lay with criminals and you don't pull out, you get got. That's what Vane just said. Yeah, you lay with criminals and you don't pull out, you get fucked. I'll quit. I don't want any more part of this. You sure you're not just saying that to get out of this bind? I really mean it. I don't know about the people above me at all. But I got recommended in by some guy. He's kind of a recruiter of sorts. Name's Clement. That's all I know. Please believe me. Fine, but I ain't forgetting you. If I catch you back on your old haunts, you'll get what's coming to you. Got it? Got it! Clement. I should keep that name in mind. We should. Well, that solves this case. I wasn't exactly the most satisfying solution, I'll say. What are they doing to you?
I pray and I get monsters.
For what?
Befriending a monster. Monsters are sensitive, so you must take care of them with love.
Take
You
that
don't
back.
deserve them.
You get a lot when you're working as a Spriggan. This country's darkness is deep-rooted. It's too deep for anyone. Ain't no way one person or group can just clear it all away. Not the bracers, and hell, not even the government. A Spriggan's job is to take care of all those that fall through the cracks. Wait after fairy tale endings. Can't afford to chase those. Just gotta go for the best ones we can get without compromising our values. So what do the monsters do for you?
I don't know.
Okay, I think I understand at least a little. It's dawned on me what the purpose of a Spriggan's job is and why you do it, Van. Catra. That's good. If you figured out that much at least, I'd call your training a success. Oh well, at the end of the day, I need to eat, and that's all the real reason I'm working at all. True. Gotta eat. Man's gotta eat. Food's gotta food. And you had to dash a nice conclusion with that sprinkle of cynicism right at the end. So I suppose that's the most Spriggan-like way to tie a ribbon on it. Goodness.
All in a day's work. Mira deposit confirmed.
Oh yeah, 2 inches of gray matter.
Ladder launch.
Like, I don't want to spend time with fucking Catra.
Let's get
So I
going.
won't. I also don't really want to spend time with Dingo right this second anyway. Hey, did you read this month's Buzz Rider? I haven't yet. My friend told me what they wrote about Judith Lannister. At first I was shocked by it, but the more I think about it, maybe it makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, totally, I hear you. Judith Lannister sure is famous, getting people to talk about her as much as they do. I feel like I've been hearing her name come up an awful lot these past couple of days. I know, I wonder if something happened to her. What, feeling a little concerned for her? I suppose so. It's hard not to worry when people are speculating about her so much. Are you a fan of hers, Agnes? I am, but that's not the only reason I'm concerned in this instance. Those two are discussing the contents of BuzzRaider, yes? I've seen that magazine on newsstands from time to time. Yeah, it's something of a rival to Meld, the place that Dingo works for. BuzzRaider's got more of a dicier rep by comparison. Gotta take their stories with a couple of grains of salt and then some. But it's always possible those guys manage to actually dig up some sort of scoop about Judith, for better or worse. If you guys are that curious, we can always buy a copy at the bookstore. You can consider it another way to gather intel. You rely on even tabloids to gather information. Is that really such a good idea? Don't get me wrong, about 90% of what they publish is bullshit. But it ain't smart to write off rags like that altogether either. I just want to know if something happened to her at the very least. Hopefully BuzzRaider can explain that. So let's go ahead and swing by the bookstore later to pick up a copy. Doesn't hurt to check it out. No, it doesn't. Alright, let's see what they got on old Judy Judith.
Oh yeah, I should read up on that rumor that's been making the rounds.
We're not a BuzzRaider copy.
Maybe
This
I'll
is
pick
crazy.
up a copy of BuzzRaider while I'm here.
So I'm feeling a little conflicted about it, given the unseemly reason behind the increase of demand. When you purchase a copy of BuzzRaider's book, the main story will advance. The fuck? No!
I see.
And wait,
Time
why?
to depart. Planner launch.
We doing this test in the outskirts of the city? Guess it involves the wireless boosters and extenders that are being set up along the highway then. You really don't let any technology news pass you by, do you? Oh. What do they do?
You get them to love you.
And then what?
You get stuff for it.
No. Love for payment. I just so happen to catch a rumor about it. The test is for a new cutting-edge feature for orbital cameras. It's called cloud storage. It lets one upload data directly to the orbital network using those wireless boosters and extenders. If it works properly, I'll be able to capture more photos and videos while I'm out on the field. Having a copy there also makes it less likely for the data to be lost or damaged, supposedly. Damn, technology sure is advancing fast these days. The tech's still in development, though. A small portion is being tested by the military. But I do expect the feature to hit the market eventually. How did you get your hands on it? You tested them for Marduk or something? Nah, I got it through Kitty. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. You met her through that case with the rich kid last year, right? Yeah, we swap info every now and then. It's funny to think about how many shared acquaintances we have now. Fate works in weird-ass ways. You can say that again. Fate works in weird-ass ways. Stop the car here. This your first test spot? That's right, I won't be long. No more babies. Works like a dream. The transfer speed isn't half bad either. You mind driving me to the next spot? Sure thing. You met her shortly after our first encounter, right? Huh? Kitty. Oh yeah, feels like it's been ages since then. 5 years ago, I helped her shake off an insane jackass, and then I got her into Crossbell, where she took refuge for a while. Sounds like she was going through a difficult time. But that ain't the half of it. At that point, she had given up a lot in her life. She was also really aggressive. Funny, that's exactly how I would describe you from back then. You used to be constantly at my throat, remember? Yeah, I guess I was. Not to make excuses, but I was young and dumb. I only just started out as a Spriggan and had no idea what the hell I was doing. Yet even so, I couldn't help but be drawn to you. Your latent potential was clear as day. I wish your assistants could have seen what you were like at the time. That makes one of us. The sooner everyone can forget that period of my life, the better. But I'll never forget exactly how you were always looking out for me, despite how much of a walking hazard I was to myself and everyone around me. I still remember the first piece of advice you gave me.
Think about what you can do and what you want to do. You'll find a clue in how to move forward in the gap between the two.
Damn, that is deep. I only vaguely recall saying that, to be honest. Those words helped me out a bunch of times. Is that so? Oh, pull over here. This is the second spot. We're a good bit away from the city, but the signal's still decent. The transfer speed is a tad slower, but I can deal with it. Could you take me to the next spot? Will do? Hey, you've hired yet another assistant. The number of people in your employ is growing fast. A little too fast, if you ask me. But at least I don't have to do the paperwork anymore. Rosette's sparing me that headache. Well, regardless, you've been surrounding yourself with some interesting people. Especially the blonde-haired one. She's an Aramis student like Kitty, right? My instincts are right, Let's not play detective with her. Everyone's got their secrets, right? True enough. I suppose you and I also have things we don't want to share with each other. Yep, we've both got sides that we'd rather keep hidden. The only person who can face that part of yourself is you. Couldn't have put it better myself. Here we are. This is the final spot. Afterwards, Van and Dingo reached the Memorial Park. Upon confirming there was no data transfer problems with the Orbital Network, they made their way back to Eden. I'm honestly impressed. I thought the connection would have been pretty spotty given how far we were from the city. Guess we can call this test a success? Yeah, thanks for the help, Van. Now I can... yeah, no problem. Always happy to lend a hand. That cloud storage thing still sounds crazy to me. Technology's come a long way in the past decade. This is true, and we've seen that firsthand in Basel, and while working with Marduk. It's all a result of generations of people building on the achievements of those who came before them. Is that kind of thinking why you always look out for Marielle? You trying to help the next generation? Perhaps. It might be why I did the same for you 5 years ago. I just can't bring myself to turn a blind eye to someone in need, even if I honestly don't know if I have the right to be helping anyone. Especially after all the pain I caused with my poor judgment in my younger years. Dingo. I've got one thing to say to that. You've taught me a lot over these past 5 years, and I'm sure Marielle's absorbing a fair bit from you too. The knowledge she gains from you will definitely help her as she follows her own path through life, just as it helped me with mine. I'm not going to let anyone dismiss everything you've done for us, and that includes you. Besides, if you're saying you've got poor judgment, where does that leave us? Fair point. I didn't mean to slight you or her. Forget I said anything. That wasn't like me. Still. No, he's a grown man now. It's not my place to tell him that. No, tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. I'm sure the influence of those around him will lead him to realize that truth on his own. You're being awfully quiet all of a sudden. You gonna tell me you love me or something? Oh, I was just thinking about how much you've grown these past 5 years. You were still pretty immature back then. Can we not talk about this? Two of them drove back to the capital, and Van bade farewell to Dingo and returned to his work.
And once things calm down, let's grab some drinks at Bermati's.
Oh,
My
yeah.
treat.
Drinks with Dingo. Your treat? Oh, man, damn. I love it when it's somebody else's treat. That's my treat, is when it's somebody else's treat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it isn't Van.
My head is still spinning. So what? We've had the wool pulled over our eyes for going on 3 years now?
Correct.
So it seems. Though this revelation coming from who it does is no surprise. I have to assume the commander, the second in command, and the archbishop were the only people who knew.
Oh, you gonna put that down?
Yep.
No. No story?
No,
Okay.
because it's us.
It's always
Damn,
us time, and I love that.
bald-faced liar. The commander, too. What are we?
So excited to play the
Total
digits.
strangers?
Oh, I know.
You know what? I'm in the mood for a rematch. It's time to kick her ass for good this time.
Not trying to parade, but the odds aren't quite stacked in your favor here. Where do the scores stand as of now? 2 wins and 7 losses? 3 wins, 7 losses, excuse you. Up.
What?
And it's not staying that way for long.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, I know. Oh, boo. That's bamboo to you. These two they were present at the Blacklight District. They were dressed rather oddly. Are you guys acquainted? Barely, if that. What are you doing here, Spriggan? Ah, speak of the devil. Guess that chance at another meeting wasn't too far off. Got too hot under those hoods? Had to take a layer off? You wish. We were just being careful. Let's just say that we got a complicated relationship with someone who was also here. This is how we dress on a daily basis. Appropriate travel attire, regardless of whether it's by train, airship, or otherwise. Oh, right. The needle noggin priest I met way back kind of dressed like that, too. You don't look much like your traveling priest or your sister, you know? You leave Kevin out of this. Kevin's great. There, I will have to agree with you. Don't see what you're laughing about. It's just clothes. So, if I were to guess, I would assume you and Van share an acquaintance. You could say that.
What? You got a problem with us, punk?
What?
So you're the Spriggan of the Republic. But personally, I think of you as the dropout of the Cone Loan School.
And I think of you as a bitch.
Now, Celise. It's not good to pick fights with him when you've only just met. Even if he is a shady piece of human waste from Adios knows where who can't figure out which half of the moral fence he's standing on.
You are a bitch. Just met, but you sure got an opinion on me already. Not very fair if you ask me. Don't even know who you two are. Guess we can tell you that much. I'm not pleased personally, but very well. Celise Ortesia.
I'm Celise. Celise Ortesia.
Oh, it is Ortesia.
Just think of me as your average wandering priest. Pleased to beat ya, Spriggan.
I could kick your ass. Leon Balthazar.
And I'm Leon Balthazar, also a wandering priest. I've been assigned to support Celise. It is once again a pleasure, fine folks of Arkwright Solutions. Though, quite the heavy displeasure in your boss's case.
What the fuck you got against me? You don't even know me. Give me a break here. We barely even know each other, and you're already baring your teeth at me. Whatever. You guys already know me, so it saves me the part of the intro. But the gist is, I take jobs from anyone as long as they don't cross the line. Even if you two don't like me much, I'm willing to take a job or two from you. Might even help you clear up that nasty impression of me you got. It'll be up to you to prove us wrong. Do appreciate a man that sticks to his principles. Ha! Unbunch your panties, Arkwright. We're not here to pick a fight with you. I thought my heart was going to beat right out of my chest. Those two are clearly not your average sister and priest. True, but I don't think that part of belonging to the church was a lie. Reminds me of a book I read once. I'll need to update our records. The 4th and 11th are far stronger than our initial analysis results indicated. What you drinking now?
Your milk.
That's the last you're getting of it.
Yes, I know. Well, I mean, I was gonna get another,
Okay,
like...
Donna.
Okay.
Because we don't need anything else for right now. So that'd be a waste to get a DoorDash to spend twice the price to get one thing. So that's the last of it. Because I do need it for my sandwiches.
I know.
What are you in the mood for?
Charme de la new meow meow meow.
Aw, you're leaving already?
Shut up. Yes, when you talk to me like that, yes. I'm fucking leaving already. Hate when you talk to me like that. It fucking weirds me out, Barati.